globe. This is a crazy time for all of us, and no doubt about it, we are taking full advantage of building one of the greatest companies in this crazy time for sure. We are live from Hard Rock Live in this amazing green room that is like sick. I mean, if you like music, this is the place to be on earth. I wish you could see it, but there are platinum records and albums and covers from around the globe of all these great artists that have performed right here in places like this little green room. So we've got a fantastic masterclass for you today. I'm privileged to have 4 of our great diamonds from around the world. The name of this class is called Embracing the Global Jeunesse Culture with the Importance of Diversity in Building a Successful Business with Jeunesse. And we're going to talk mainly about 2 main topics: leveraging the Jeunesse Global Platform and then building a Jeunesse Global family. And again, I'm thrilled to have 4 of our amazing diamonds from around the world. We have Stefania Legato, double diamond from Italy, came in. Thank you so much for coming across the planet.
All the way from Dubai, because I'm Italian, but I came all the way from Dubai.
Gosh, so man.
Far.
And you had to wear that mask for like 50 hours probably to get here. So thank you so much for showing up. And we've got Cedric Harris, and I know you got to drive in, which is pretty cool because you live in Florida, but from the United States. We got double diamond from here, for a diamond director from the United States. Then we have double diamond director Steffi Chia, all the way from Malaysia. So Steffi is laid for you. Thanks for being here. And then Beto Carvalho, all the way down in beautiful Brazil, double diamond director. Thank you so much for your time too. So we've got some amazing content. These 4 leaders starting from scratch. You think about it. It's been a journey, right, for y'all. And we have this amazing company that had Wendy, Randy, and Scott. They built this global platform. And thinking about it, they did this 11th anniversary right now. So they conceived and they really innovated this platform 11 plus years ago. They didn't think we'd be full digital age right now, but perfect platform for this moment, right? I mean, if there was a company and an opportunity in the world that was ready for this digital moment, it was Jeunesse, right? And so from that platform, you've got the ability and you've had the privilege to impact and to bring people into your life that no matter where they're from, and no matter their languages, and no matter their ages, and no matter their male or female, it doesn't matter experience, you've been able to leverage this platform and build these amazing businesses. So what we want to ask you to share is just some of the thoughts about 2 topics. 1, first platform, 2nd culture. So the first questions would be, I'll start with you, Stefania, is even looking back, you know, you've been leveraging this platform for a few years now.
Yes.
It's
5 years in Jeunesse.
Wow, 5+ years, wow. Yeah. So what are those key things in this platform that have attracted you to the business and that you've leveraged?
So first of all, I'm Italian, but when I started the business, I was living in Portugal. And my kids, one is American, the other one is English, the other one is Portuguese. So like my life was very international. I moved out of Italy when I was 15 years old. So the first thing when I joined network marketing was, okay, all the people I know, not just in Italy, but all over the world. And to see a company that allows me not to have only a local business or a business in 4 or 5 countries, but in more than 150 countries worldwide, that was like, wow. And what do? On top, they create a platform, they create this incredible app, and I'm not very techno, I'm not very good with in the beginning when I started this, but it's so simple to understand. If you just, when you enroll somebody and you go into the choosing the countries, the first thing I do when I enroll somebody, I say, look how huge, humongous, incredible is this company, look how many countries. And some of these countries I had to Google on Google Maps where they were, because I was like, right. I never heard about that. And now when I get my commission, it's the same thing. I get commissions from places that I'm not ashamed to say, okay, I know it's Africa, but where exactly? Because Jeunesse is allowing us to have all of that.
Right.
And to me, this is great, because you don't want to have an income stream only from one place, because look now how the world has changed. When, as you know, Italy was very much attacked and with these problems when we started, but thank God I had businesses everywhere else. And this is thanks to Jeunesse giving us this platform. And also is enabling me to just send out videos, incredible videos. When people come also join my business from other companies, the first thing they say about Jeunesse, wow, the marketing is amazing. And these videos all translated in all the languages on your platform is insane. Like all I have to do is like, look, here, Spanish, Portuguese, Italian, go.
Yes, so that's shared Jeunesse platform.
Yes. Yes.
anybody, no matter where they are,
Yes.
can leverage those. They're already built tools,
Yes.
right?
Yes. And I know leaders instead that in other companies they have to do their own tools. And we have incredible tools already. And I mean, right now, this event, this live event, look what Chanel has done for us to invest all this money to call Tony, and what is translated in 20 languages. Insane.
Yeah, it's insane. Well, let's listen to Cedric. You've been here for a few years as well. When did you start?
2014 was the first year.
Wow, so it's a long time as well. So you've been leveraging this platform for sure from day one. You live in the United States, and tell us how you've leveraged the platform.
First of all, it's very, very hard to follow Stefania, as you can tell. But one thing I would say is that it's if I piggyback off of what she just stated, one of the biggest benefits that we have is the fact that we've got multiple countries, multiple languages. So I kind of go back to one of the richest people in the world, Mr. Warren Buffett. I think he said it the best, that you really, truly aren't making money until you're making money when you're sleeping. So if you think about the United States, we literally only have, 3 time zones. So I might go to sleep at 3 o'clock in the morning, and, Mountain time, that might be, 2 o'clock, and California time, that might be 12 o'clock. But what time is it in Italy? What time is it in Dubai? What time is it in the United Kingdom? What time is it in Egypt? What time is it in Brazil? When you think about the fact that you've got the ability to market in all these different places, and then just like she stated as well, everything is already translated for us. So as you can tell, I can barely speak English. So when you start talking about numerous other different countries, it makes life a lot easier that you can send information that's already translated for you. So I remember back in 2014 when we initially started, and one of my leaders, when we launched Brazil, I believe Brazil was launched in either 15 or 16 when Brazil was launched. And the team started growing in Brazil and growing in Brazil and growing in Brazil. And I'm looking down like, this is really cool. I don't speak Portuguese. But MasterCard, Visa, American Express, and Discover is the same language no matter what country it's in. So when you think about that, and the fact that you don't have to figure it all out yourself, the tools are already there. We've got the best marketing department in all of direct sales and network marketing that have done all the heavy lifting for you. You don't have to go out there and try to create these systems, create these websites, and do all the translation like a lot of other companies and a lot of other distributors are doing in other different countries and companies.
So as a leader, you've been here for 5+ years. Still to this day, you're relying upon this system, right, this platform. And when you talk to someone new, you're going to the platform. Like your first actions, meet someone, say hello, and you use the platform.
Absolutely. I mean, and think about it from Share Jeunesse, just like she said, from the mobile app, okay, as well as from the website. So one of the things I tend to tell people all the time is that we tend to target different markets that we like, right? We might target, if you're in the United States, you're targeting people in the United States. And I tend to tell people all the time, you'll be surprised who you know on social media that's in a totally different market. And you can simply say, hey, I'm just curious, who do I know in Brazil? I'm just curious, who on my friends list do I know in Korea? I'm just curious, who on my friends list do I know in Dubai? And then all of a sudden you might have, well, I live in Dubai, or I live in Korea, or I live in Germany, or I live in Brazil. And you didn't even know out of those 5,000 friends that you really knew only 17 of them anyway, that all of a sudden you've got all these connections around the world. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing when you can have that duplication without you, because a lot of times we tend to focus on that specific market that we can communicate in. But the reality is that you want the clock working for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And the only way to get the clock working for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week in network marketing is by having multiple languages in multiple countries.
That's exactly right. And thank God for this platform to do that. Let's pop over to Steffi. Let's go all the way across the world to Malaysia. Thanks for being live with us. And Steffi, you've been with the company. What was your first year you joined?
2012.
So been here almost 9 years, almost.
Yeah.
So you started being attracted to the company. You had this platform. You're way over in Malaysia. Tell us how you've leveraged specifically the platform to build your global business.
Thank you, Mr. Dennis. Yeah, I'm from a very humble background. I'm running my own beauty spa business. To me, I really don't have any knowledge to build a global business right now. So I'm really blessed that we joined Jeunesse and we provide us a lot of tools and opportunity. From the beginning, I just thought I want to have build the business locally. But eventually, when the business grow, when the connection through people, it grow and expand over 30 countries right now. And I truly amazed the share Jeunesse tools that really help a lot, helping my team, because my team, they come from different countries and different races, but it saved me a lot of time, saved us a lot of time on innovative our own system. You don't need to do that. Just plug in and using all the system that provided by the company, and it allow us to build the business globally, and it's very fantastic.
Oh, thank you. And now we'll pop all the way down almost to the bottom of the earth. We'll go to Beto down there in Brazil. Beto, you've been with the company, and you definitely have powered through building these massive organizations. Share us how you leverage this global platform.
Hey, Dennis. Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. International event. Online, yeah, totally different. This event already showing us the power of this platform. But one thing that really opened my eyes when I looked at Jeunesse for the very first time was the power of I can make business in any country in the world, and I love to travel. When I look for the opportunity for the first time, I realized, hey, I can travel all around the world, and I just press the play button, and I can show the opportunity for anyone in any language, in any country. So I don't speak good English, but I can press play and show an English video for someone. I can press play and show the Indonesian video for someone in Indonesia, a Japanese video for someone in Japan. And Brazil is a huge country. There are people from anywhere here, and there's Brazilian and any countries in the world. So sometimes for me, then is a challenge that I have here is open my team eyes to this global opportunity, because sometimes people will stay like comfortable just building in their home, they're just building in their country, and they don't open their eyes for this big opportunity and how we can share Jeunesse in the whole world, you know. So yeah, I used to press play button and show the video for people all around the world when I introduce this presentation.
Wow, so like one common theme I'm hearing from all of y'all is you joined the company years ago and you started building with this platform years ago, and still to this day in 2020, it's still the same thing. And for our audience out there, a lot of these people just joined like in the last 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 6 months. It's still the same. Look for your contacts of people or meet people and simply leverage this platform, right? Take action by leveraging the platform and be confident that the platform works. It's multi-language, multi-currency, right? You can talk to anybody, they can place an order, the product will ship and you get paid a commission, right? So from leveraging this platform is great. Now, let's jump to the kind of the crazy times we live in right now, which is the world's a little bit different, but for our business, it's remarkably the same. Because Jeunesse, if you think about it, we're all doing the exact same thing that we were doing in 2019. We're just not traveling, right? But the same thing is...
It's actually better, I think, for network marketing. I honestly think that, you know, everybody in network marketing will say, oh, business from home, and all of a sudden the whole world had to work from home. And, you know, look at what happened with Amazon. You know, it's going to be probably the first trillionaire, and it's because people are ordering online. And what are we? We are an e-commerce. So for me, when I had just come back, I worked a lot offline, like Berto. We are Italian, Brazilian. We love to go to events. I get energy from the public, and I love to meet people. So I had just come back from a tour of 28 days in different parts of the world. And all of a sudden, boom, I'm locked down at home. And I had a choice: to go depressed and focus on all the negative news and all that was happening, or to really take action. And I decided, together with my husband, I said, okay, let's help people who right now are losing their jobs, who right now are locked at home, and even our distributors who are doing Jeunesse part-time, who are working part-time, now they can go in full-time instead of, you know, how do you say it in English, binging Netflix? What's the binging? There is this term, like watching Netflix all day and become a couch potato and gain weight. No, take action and really go out there and build your business. So we started to look at the tools that we had. We were already using Zoom, and I think everybody knows Zoom by now. And, but like I said, we have a real international business. And normally I take care of the Portuguese market, Brazil and Portugal, and I take care of the Italian market, and I do English. And my husband speaks French, and he does the German market. But we're like, why do all these different Zoom if we can now take Zoom, pay that, it's quite expensive, but you know, you have to invest back in your business. Now I'm saving all this money from flying. And let's buy this room that is going to allow us to have simultaneous translation. That's how you say it? So yeah, so we found some people in our team, like they spoke, for example, Spanish, and they are very good at translating. And we also had to pay some professional translator, but of course, because it became a daily thing, we made like we got a very good deal. And we were doing Zooms all day long, translating in all those languages. We had very special speakers as well as guests. And we created this incredible momentum. And I'm not joking, our epic moment, because the Zoom was, you can buy 5,000 places or 10,000, but then you can watch party on Facebook. So there was a moment live, we had more than 22,000 people. Wow. That was epic, translated in 8 languages. And you can imagine what happened after that. Madness, explosion. Yeah. And then our team, you know, with the Arabic team is very, very big right now. And, you know, they started to do the same. And they, you know, our team started to duplicate that and has been incredible. And another thing that I want to add as well, our social media also exploded because people were at home. So I built a lot with Instagram. I think in where I live, at least in Dubai, it's taking over. It's a different platform than Facebook, but I think the younger generation is on Instagram. So we started to really grow there. We started to do live. Another thing that I started to do is to choose people in my team. And I'm giving you nuggets here because this has really worked for us.
Please.
I looked at people in my team that were really working hard, that were having results, and I interviewed them by edifying them. And that has created them attraction, following, you know, and me putting my, obviously I did it if they deserved it, but obviously that created leadership, and they became the central focus, and they then turned into diamonds, and, you know, we had a lot of new diamonds in the team, and so it's been awesome. So I have to say, I'm very sorry for what's happening in the world, but for our profession, has been incredibly good.
And it's perfect for us, because success from home, well, every person in Jeunesse was already working from home, right? They just were traveling. So now there's no airtime, and now that working at home, just, Cedric, look, you've been building like crazy across the globe as well, and no doubt about it, you know the new technologies, the new apps, the new communication tools. So share how you've leveraged some of those during this specific time.
I want to piggyback off of Stefania really quickly, because I don't think everybody heard what she said. So let me put it into perspective. Because it's coming from somebody that's sitting beside her. Everything started changing. There are literally companies right now that don't have 22,000 people on a Zoom. Companies in the whole entire direct selling space. And something that we all could have looked at and said, this is a challenge in our business, that we could have turned into a turtle, that we could have played duck, duck, goose and said, oh, woe is me. They looked at it as an opportunity. And it's one of the problems that some people tend to not really get. Instead of saying, oh, woe is me, how can I leverage this opportunity? It didn't start off with 22,000 people on the first Zoom. And it kept snowballing and snowballing and snowballing. That's number one. Number two, this game of network marketing is very, very simple. It's the adult version of show and tell and follow the leader. That's all it is. Sometimes we tend to overthink it. It's the adult version of show and tell and follow the leader. So if it's the adult version of show and tell and follow the leader, then there's teammates that's saying, oh my goodness, there's 2,000 people, there's 3,000 people, there's 5,000 people, there's 10,000 people, there's 20,000 plus people. Wow, they've turned this room into this green screen, and they've got all these multiple different translators. What do you think happens inside of the team? It just starts to duplicate over and over and over. And I can guarantee you right now that her and her husband are here right now but there's a really, really, really super duper good chance that there's thousands of people that are on her team that are looking at this live feed right now. So we have to remember the timing that we have. And the other thing I wanted to tag on here really quickly, Dennis, because I can't help it, is that she said something that was funny, but it was so true. Think about all the people that are Netflixing and binging, right? Just binging, yeah, they're binging. They're just.
It's funny, but it's crazy, right? They watch all these series. Even one of my children does it, and I hate it. Such a waste of life and time. Sorry.
All right, so think about this. There's a lot of people right now that are sitting at home right now, and they know every episode of their favorite Netflix show. And I've got this philosophy, right? My philosophy is really, really simple. When you are watching other people on TV, you got to understand the ratings game. They get paid for you to watch them. So if you're not watching them, the shows tend to disappear now, don't they? Okay, now if you are in a financially challenged situation and you're spending $19 a month on Netflix, but you have a challenge with spending a couple of bucks a month on Zoom, your priorities are a little off, okay? Because we're sitting still looking at other people make money when the financial challenge is happening inside of your world. We've seen the whole movie industry pivot. We've seen them pivot in the midst of this particular pandemic. You have to do the same thing. You've got to pivot. So from a technology perspective, we've got all that, Dennis. Like we can go into all the details over and over and over, but I think that people really have to look at the broad perspective of what kind of tools do we really have? How do I leverage this app in the biggest way? How do I leverage the website in the biggest way? And I think I can simply tell people to literally get out of your own way. There's been, I don't know, 30 plus million jobs that have been lost, I believe, in the United States here.
Just in the U.S.
You know, just in the U.S. alone. So 30 plus million jobs. I was looking at, you know, there were certain markets, they were talking about the highest unemployment rate, right? And right now, when I looked at it 2 days ago, it was Hawaii. So Hawaii was at a 20% unemployment rate. So that means that 2 out of 10 people in Hawaii are unemployed. Do you really think that there's people in Hawaii looking for opportunity? Do you really think
Absolutely.
the 10% unemployment rate in Las Vegas, that people are looking for opportunity? Do you really think I believe it's 11% in California, you know, and it's like really expensive to live there. Do you really think that those people are looking for opportunity? Yes. So it's our duty. It's our duty as distributors. It's our duty as distributors to let them know about this information. Now, if you aren't letting them know about this information, you're doing it wrong. If you are an FBI agent and nobody knows who you are, you're doing it wrong. You know, you just look good. We've got the best products, right? So you look good. I mean, you're looking at me right now. You're looking at the camera. You're like, man, his skin is glowing. Like, how is his skin glowing? His head is shining. That's luminous, baby. If you don't talk to people about that, they don't know. They're not going to assume that my head is shining because of luminous. They're just not going to look at it and say, I wonder if he's using Jeunesse skincare. They're not going to wonder. They're not going to ask that question. So it's up to us to be a walking billboard. It's up to us to put that information out there. So now that we're quote unquote on, I call it virtual house arrest. Right, we're quote unquote on virtual house arrest. So if we're quote unquote on virtual house arrest right now, yeah, if that's what we are, how do I get the information out to the rest of the world? Through these tools that we have.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, let's pop over across the world again. We got Steffi, Malaysia. How are you using? We talked before this session, and you talked about some of the other tools you're using specifically from your part of the world, from the Asian part of the world. How are you using other tools to build right now in this digital moment?
Yeah. During this, actually, especially this lockdown period, actually, I have a 360-degree change. So that I add on to Stefania, what she mentioned just now. We used to running around, but after this period, we start to have a change. Before that, I don't know how to do the Facebook Live. So from the time we start to lock down and everyone is staying in the house, I told myself and I told my team, we need to change. We need to change our strategy from offline to online. So I'm the first one to start to do the Facebook Live, to share our entrepreneur journey, to share our how we use the product, the feeling or the result that we using the product, and also we do some interview, and it gives us a very, very great result. Sometimes when we do the Facebook Live, it can reach out to hundreds people, share the post, and reach out to over 30,000 people in just few hours.
Wow.
The result really amazed me and my team. And frankly speaking, from these activities, we start to do Facebook Live. We have enrolled a lot of group, new leaders from different countries to join us, from different company to join us as well. To me, especially these few months, my business is not going down, but going up. It depends how we willing to change.
Fantastic.
Yes. And beside of Facebook Live, another things that I usually do a lot is doing the Zoom, just like what the previous two diamonds have mentioned, the Zoom, but we do a lot of the Zoom in one-to-one because a lot of people are looking for opportunity. I will always offer my time to my team and willing to fill up my appointment to help my team to do one-to-one explanation, the business for them. Maybe I will do until from morning 8 a.m. until 10 or 11 in the evening, in the night. So it helps, even though it's a bit packed, but it really helped the whole team growing up and explode during these few months. So from this time, I can say we need to change and follow. And online system is the fantastic tools for every one of us. This is my sharing, Dennis.
No, that's fantastic. A very common theme. And again, let's go to that bottom of the earth, way down in Brazil. Beto, you're building across the globe, and I know you're leveraging this moment, this time. Share us some of those nuggets that you're using, the tools, the apps, in combination with the Jeunesse platform right this moment.
Oh, Dennis, you know, I heard sometime that hard times make stronger men. And it's very interesting how this pandemic situation and how these tough times empowered so many people from our team here. Because in Brazil, we used to run our business like in presential meetings. I used to travel about 20 cities in a month to do like big events. And like 2 years ago, like last year actually, I was in Bora Bora in a diamond discovery, and I met a couple from China that they said to me that they run their business only online. Like we use it to run our business online, but not like fully online. I used to do a lot of presential meetings. And when I had a conversation with this couple, a Chinese couple, and they said, "Oh, we reached a diamond, and we never like travel. We just build our business with WeChat, and it was like this fact like blowed my mind, and I said, oh, it's crazy. You never travel to build your business? No, I just build online in WeChat, and I stayed with this in my mind, and this year when this lockdown, this pandemic situation started, in the beginning, I was like afraid of how are we gonna build this business, and we used to make a lot of business, and how it's gonna be. And then I realized that all my team got empowered and started to make so many online meetings and using the WhatsApp, Zoom, and Facebook Lives and Instagram to build their business. Like they potentialize the people that used to make like one meeting a day, they start to make like 10 meetings a day. I used to visit like one city a day. Now I can visit 10 cities, 10 countries a day. So I use a lot of WhatsApp, Zoom, Facebook, but I think like it's not only the tools, but also the mindset. When you realize that you can run your business from anywhere, you just need to have a phone and a internet connection, these mindsets can change your business completely.
No, thank you so much. I think there's a common theme from everybody. You're leveraging the system, you're using all the new tools, but this is like a window of opportunity like we've never seen before. Because bottom line is everybody's at home. They have no excuses not to take a phone call or to answer an email or to attend a Zoom, right? They're not with their kids, they're not traveling. Everybody's at home. And Cedric, you spot on. The world needs a financial opportunity, for sure. It's not just here. I mean, it's across the globe. We have more people looking to bring incomes into their household, probably in the first time in our lifetime, for sure. And now we got this platform and the system and the leadership to do it. All we got to do is do it.
And many businessmen, they always told me, no, I'm happy for you, but I'm not interested. Now, because their restaurant was shut down, their doctor studio was shut down, they came and asked me, okay, I get it. I'm an influential person. I have credibility. Tell me, how can I make some extra money? And they would have never looked at this opportunity,
Yes.
not because they didn't believe it,
Yes.
but because they didn't have the time. They didn't have the focus for it. And now it's really, like you said, our duty to help people and to really give them this incredible opportunity to make that extra income. I have messages that literally people told me, thanks to Jeunesse, I paid my mortgage. I paid my rent. I was able to go to the groceries. I have pictures from my Africa team, the pictures of groceries. Thank you, Jeunesse. And it's incredible what we can do in times like that. And the numbers have shown an exponential growth.
And that time is now. We're seeing this across the globe with Jeunesse, because Jeunesse is actually, we've had some incredible months during this pandemic. This company's had some amazing months of growth because people like you, the team, the people we have across the world, you're not sitting on the TV in a home watching TV. You're just taking action. It really is simple. I love that. Follow the leader, the adult games. It's really very basic. I just call it blah, blah, blah. Go out there and blah, blah, blah to everybody. Share Jeunesse. Just share it, right? Consistently, and then just simply ask them. Just ask to make a decision. And you can get more yeses during this moment than ever before. Okay, so that's the platform side of this topic. Let me shift it because I think for all of us, I'd say for me, my life has been like crazy impacted. I've been in the industry for a while and have known people across the globe, different levels. But with Jeunesse, you literally get to build these relationships with people from 20 countries, 50 countries, 75 countries. When you go to our big global events, and they'll come back, and you go to these big expos, there's people from 100 different nations, right? And you get the ability, and your teams are reflective of that. So what I've always said is this platform is an engine. So for the average person that's sitting here watching this across the globe, reflect back for a minute, because you guys had your first day, right? Everybody had their first day in this company. You didn't have a global family of people from all these nations. But now, 7 years later, 5 years later, now you're sitting here and you think about your world is full of a family of people. No matter what they look like, where they're from, languages they speak, male, female, age, you got this culture. And you know, Wendy and Randy have shared that they wanted to build a culture to change people's lives. It's like, because they had already had the success, right? They came back and started again. They said one of those main things was create an opportunity for the average person sitting here watching right now, not that they will do it, but they could do it, right? They could do it. And then secondly, Scott always talks about that Jeunesse is not just a business, it's a movement. It's a movement of people that is an inclusivity of anybody and the ability to have positivity and vision and hope, right? That's really what the culture we have. So share with us individually. I'll start with you, Stefania. How has this Jeunesse culture like really impacted you and your team?
Well, I'm really a fruit of what Randy and Wendy wanted. I was just a mom, an average woman. Because of the choice with my ex-husband, I decided to not work. So when I started network marketing, I was not this great potential. I would never did network marketing in my life. I didn't even really believe in it. I didn't believe in myself. I was going through a tough divorce. I had 3 small kids. But because of Randy and Wendy and what they did, it really gave me an opportunity to change my life. And now talking about having a global, which is crazy because I started in Portugal with 3 people, and now I think about these tons of people that I have all over the world, but it's so crazy. Every country is different, and you need to adapt. The word is adapt, adapt, adapt. So I'll give you an example. I'm Italian, so 15 minutes after half an hour late is okay. This is why you guys were complaining before about this. I'm like, you're always late, so it's okay. But in Egypt, I'm not kidding you, we had an event, 25,000 people, a team event. In Egypt, they told us the event is going to start at 5, and the event started at 9 o'clock in the evening. And it's like normal. And now, after a while, I was like, is something wrong? No, it's okay. And people started to come like 2 hours later. Me in my high heels with the heat. I'm like, tell me before, I would have come later. And in Germany, instead, everybody shows up 10 minutes before, and then they close the door on time. So it's really a cultural thing. You have to change wherever you are, even the energy. Like in Germany, my energy is way too much, but in Brazil, I'm totally fine. When I go to Brazil, so it's very, you have to become a little bit like a psychologist sometimes with the team and change a little bit. If I do Zooms the same way I do for the Italians and the Egyptians or the Brazilian in Germany, it's not going to be accepted the same way. They think I'm on drugs or something. But then and the same thing, my husband, the first time he went to Egypt, he was being very technical and giving all the instructions on what to do, being very German. And after a while, he realized they're not listening to me. All they want is, yeah! And, the energy. So it's really about that, understanding the culture, different countries, and just go for it. Go with it.
Yeah, it's crazy because we have so many different cultures, but with Jeunesse, we have one family, right? And that's what's crazy. So Cedric, you began, you had your team, but now that team has grown to this amazing family of people. Why don't you describe that?
So I like to keep things really, really simple. So I want to take people back to when I was growing up, Dennis. When I was growing up, I remember my dad's favorite candy was sugar babies. I love some sugar babies, okay? Sugar babies. Sugar babies and Skittles. Sugar babies and Skittles. Now, some of you are like, why is he talking about sugar babies and Skittles? Your team can either look like a bag of sugar babies. Now, if you open up a bag of sugar babies, every piece of candy looks the same.
Yeah, identical.
Every piece of candy looks the same. When you look at a bag of Skittles, they're different colors. So when you think about your business, do you want your business to look like a bag of sugar babies, or do you want to look like a bag of Skittles? Because see, if it looks like a bag of Skittles, it's red, white, black, brown, purple, all these different colors. Money is green. So it blows my mind sometimes how people just focus on one specific demographic, okay? My demographic is the bank. Because the money that shows up in the bank, when you go and pull that money off of your e-wallet and it comes into your hand, guess how many other people's hands has touched that $100 bill? That $20 bill, that $5 bill, that $10 bill, that 50-cent piece, that quarter, that dime, that nickel, that penny. Most people forget about that. They totally forget about that. So in order to have a global business, you got to start thinking global. You build local, but you think global. Because if you just focus on one specific demographic in your business, what ends up happening is that if something happens, your business falls. And if you think about having business all over the world, well, if a leader leaves or if a leader stays or whatever the case may be, your Korean business could be up, your Brazilian business might be down, your Brazilian business could be up, your Australian business could be down. So when you have all these different things that are happening, it's balancing the business. And that's what's so important if you want real success. Is it sugar babies or is it the bag of Skittles? So I want all of you to look at your business today. I want you all to look at your business today, and I know some of you just got hungry for a second and like, I need some Skittles right now. I want you all to look at your business today and say, what does it really look like? And if it looks like one particular demographic, the next question is, how do I change that? And the best way to change that is to teach your team to become an owl. Now, what does an owl do all day? Who? Who do you know? Who do you know? Who do you know in Brazil? Who do you know in Dubai? Who do you know in some of these places that you might want to visit? See, if you say, hey, I want to go to Dubai, and I want to go to that big, gigantic hotel. What's the name of that hotel in Dubai?
Burj Khalifa, or the tall one?
The super tall one.
The tall one is Burj Khalifa.
Say it again.
Burj Khalifa.
Burj Khalifa. I didn't say it. Say it again. I just want to hear that again.
Burj Khalifa.
That just sounds so good. Okay, you know why I wanted her to say it again? Because I don't say it like she does.
Probably I don't say I'm Italian. My Arabic is not so good.
It's all good. This is to prove. This is to prove to everyone. This is to prove to everyone that all of us on this panel don't say the same things the same way. Okay? So if you say, hey, I want to go to Dubai to visit this specific hotel, why not use it as a business expense and start to recruit some people in Dubai to give yourself an excuse to take your wife to Dubai, your husband to Dubai, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your significant other, your puppy, your salamander, your dog, your parrot, whatever the case may be. So now it becomes fun and business at the same time. So look at different places, you know, in the world. Beto spoke about Bora Bora, and I remember, you know, when we went to Bora Bora the very first time, and it was just beautiful to be there and to see all these different cultures and all these different people, and to say, man, I always wanted to be in one of these huts. You know, I always wanted to just jump in the water for no reason, like Scott says, like, hey, you know, you just go take a shower in the water and just jump in the water into the hut. It was a beautiful thing, but when all the dust settles, we did that for our favorite four-letter word. But the cool thing about it is that everybody that was there were all networkers. So we're all paying attention to different people from different places and developing those connections. So you got to take advantage of the moments.
Absolutely. And going again all the way over to Malaysia, Steffi, the ability to be a part of this culture and to have that ability to expand across the globe from where you live. Tell us your experience, how the Jeunesse culture is part of your team and how it impacts your life.
Thank you, Dennis. Along the 8 years in Jeunesse journey, I learned love, gratitude, and paying forward. During these few years, I see how our founders and Scott treat all the distributors. So we just like a big family. So I thought to myself, and I treat my team as a family as well. So we need to, even though they come from different races, different background, different family, I start to learn to be a good listener, to listen what they need, what is their goal, and what is their action plan, and how can I help them. I believe through Jeunesse culture that our founders and Scott always mention is we are here to empower others. We are here to unleash their potential. So when we are working, even though from different culture, different background, but we still can work as a family to support each and other in order to help them to achieve their success in Jeunesse as well. So this is a few things that I really learned, and I am doing in these few years with my team.
I love that, how you said you want to love them, serve them, and lead them. I heard that for sure. And let's pop down to Brazil. Beto, you're the same thing. What a great culture the Brazilian culture is. But now you got the Jeunesse culture part of your life. Tell us how this has impacted your team and your personal life.
I love it what Cedric said about have different people in your team. I hear sometimes that my business can't look just like me. My business needs to look like the world. And the truth is, everyone in every place, in everywhere, want to feel young, look young. There's people all around the world that want to have an extra money and, make business from their home. So we are all different, but we all have the same needs. That's the truth. So when you make your business simple, when you just share your story, when you just share your product results, when you share the truth about your business, and you have a very simple step to duplicate it. That's the secret to expand your business all around the world. And what about Jeunesse? What is the Jeunesse culture? Our main theme is one team, one family, one Jeunesse. Because we can live in different countries, but we are all human beings. We are all like one people in one world, and we have the same needs. So our job is find people that want to listen to you and just share your story and find their needs. How can you help them with their needs? Can be with the opportunity, can be with the products, but keep one thing in your mind. If you want to expand your business globally, you need to make it simple. Use the tools, share your stories, and share the product.
No, I love that. So, guys, y'all are amazing. Some incredible, like you said, nuggets. Trying to share these little specifics. There's a common theme also in this culture conversation, which is focus on other people, right? Because if you help other people succeed, the great line, you help enough other people succeed, you'll succeed. It's just a natural benefit, right? And specifically in this industry, because the only way you can succeed is by having a team. And that, going back to all of our audience that's around the globe, you joined this company recently, maybe you're in 6 months, 12 months, you're hearing from people that have been here similar to you. They started, but now they're 5, 7, 9 years down the road with this amazing global platform. And probably the most heartfelt thing in this company is this culture that not only gives you this family, but I think it changes your heart like forever. And it transforms you. It helps you become a leader, but then you really begin to understand what leadership is, which is about helping those people, right? It's not just leading them for, quote, business. You are leading them to a place of, I heard a quote once that true leadership is that a leader would lead someone to a place of beneficial permanence. So you're leading them to a place that has legacy, that has hope. And, I think one of our great goals in this company, you hear it from all the owners, from Scott, that Jeunesse is on this journey. It's on a path. We've already broken all these great records, but the hopeful journey is to go #1 someday, which means that everybody watching across the globe, we're 11 years old, but that is a young company in this industry. I mean, 20 years is going to come, 30 years is going to come, and there's plenty of opportunity for everybody over a period of time to build a great global business, right? So I want to thank you personally for coming all the way across the world, all the way across Florida, and to come across the pipes all the way from Malaysia and Brazil. It's been a great conversation for me. So we love you all. Go make it happen. Turn off that TV, right? I heard that too. Turn off that TV and go take some action. We love you all. Take care.